Hey guys, MonsterMatt here, and welcome to a new series. It's not okay. It's kind of a reboot of an old series. See, a while back on the channel, we were doing a Pokemon Leaf Green Nuzlocke run, and it kind of fell off by the wayside. I'm not really sure why. I don't quite remember, honestly. And I said to myself, well, I'd like to get back to that, but I didn't want to just pick up at the same place where I'd left off because A, I don't have the file and I couldn't because I guess I must have saved over it at some point. So I figured, why not just start fresh on Fire Red? It has Growlithe in it. I mean, really, that's actually kind of why I did it. I checked the version exclusives. Fire Red's got Growlithe. It's just immediate win. So we're gonna do Fire Red, and you may also notice right now that the screen looks a little smaller than you might like. So here's something else that I did. I figured I'd go on over and I would make myself, ta-da, an overlay. Now I'm gonna experiment with it a little bit. If you guys feel like there should be outer borders, let me know. I can easily put those in. But I figured this was a pretty cool little step up over the original series I was doing, and I just like it. It looks nice. All right. So, all this intro stuff you've already seen, so I'm going to kind of go over it instead, and just tell you the rules of the Nuzlocke, which I have explained before, but since it's a new series, we'll start it off right. So, first and foremost, the principal rule of the Nuzlocke is, if your Pokemon faints, it is dead. Period. End of story. No ifs, ands, or buts. Revives do not work. You cannot rare candy it back to life. There is absolutely no way that you can resurrect the dead once they are dead. Period. End of story. Boo-hoo, cry me river. That's just how it is. That is the principal inviolable rule. Second rule, also inviolable, is the you may only catch the first thing on a route rule, where basically you walk out onto a route for the first time, you step in the grass, and you say to yourself, well, you know, let's see what we're gonna get. You walk out in the grass, you encounter your first Pokemon, and that's the one you must catch. If you kill it, too bad, you cannot catch anything else on that route. If you catch it, fantastic for you. Now, I am playing with the duplicates clause, which basically means that if you are, if the first thing you bump into, sorry, I was reading there, if the first thing you bump into is something you have caught before, then you can ignore it and move on to the next one. There are people that play with limitations on that, but I like to just leave it the way it is, because sometimes, you know, chance fucks with you. Name. Name is important. Speaking of names, one of the optional rules we are playing with is we must name every Pokemon we catch or otherwise come into possession of, because it makes you more attached to them. And when they die, it hurts more. Because that's how Nuzlocks are. It's just how it works. Anything else? Yes, we're also playing with the Trainer ID modifier, which basically means that instead of picking our starter, we're going to use our Trainer ID number to let that determine for us. 1, 2, 3 is Bulbous. Oh, sorry, I'll get to that in a second, actually, when I actually have my card in front of me, so I can show you guys what I mean. Now, first and foremost, a name. I just put my own name last time, but you know what? Let's create something of a personality for this guy. Let's see. He's a Nuzlocke trainer. He's going out into the world for the first time. His mother barely even notices him leaving, as I recall. So he's probably a little tough, a little gritty. You know, he's out to prove that he can survive in a hostile world. I mean, I suppose it's a little bit on the nose, but we could always just call him Darwin. Darwin. It's a little pretentious as well. Haven't really got anything better than that, though. Like, I mean, nothing else jumped into mind short of some sort of amalgamated name, but like what? Like, MonsterMatt Gaming. Momaga. Momagam? Momaga? Eh, not really. Mom. No, There. I feel slightly better about this. Windar! It's sillier than Darwin. Windar! Sure, why not? This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were both... Now, I believe I called him I hate you last time. But that's a little unfair, a little bit mean. He is an awfully smug guy. He is one smug dude. In fact, there's no way this is gonna fit. I want to see how close we get. One smug. We have room for only 2 characters here. It's one smugged. smugged. Ooh, actually. This will work better. Fits a little bit better. Instead of one smugged, we shall have... Smugdud. Perfect. Smugdud? Yes, it was. His name is indeed Smugdud. Windar! Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits! Let's go! Yeah! Alright. So a few of the other optional things we're doing with, we are also playing on set battle style, which means that when normally the game would prompt you to switch Pokemon, if your opponent does, you do not get that prompt. You must do it manually. It makes it a little bit harder. So we'll withdraw our potion here because you know we damn well need it. And get on down to Clown, Funky Town. Our mother barely even knows we exist, so that's yeah. Windar is unloved, poor bastard. Now, as I was saying before, we are going to do this based off of our trainer ID. I'm going to go ahead and save here just to set up the save file, but we're not going to do any reloads. There is no save scumming in Nuzlocks. Shame on you. So, as you can see, our trainer ID here is 35840. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the last digit is what is the important clincher here. That last digit is a big deal. 1, 2, and 3 is Bulbasaur. 4, 5, and 6 is Charmander. And 7, 8, 9 is Squirtle. And that's according to the Pokedex numbers. I know I was confused on that the last time we did this because I wasn't sure if it was like according to the table or according to the Pokedex. It is according to the Pokedex. Squirtle is in fact 7, 8, 9. So last time I should have started with Charmander, not Squirtle. My bad. But this time, as you can see, we have a 0, the coveted 0, because the 0 lets you pick. It is the only one that gives you free reign on which Pokemon you choose. I'm actually a little bit regretful of that, because I kind of wanted it to like dictate to me which one I... Ooh. Well, there's an alternate thought. I suppose I could take it as, like, you know, the nuclear option and not have a starter at all. Like, use the first Pokemon I catch as a starter. But that seems like a pretty surefire way to get myself killed really fast. So maybe let's hold off on trying anything that experimental. Maybe next time. Gramps! I'm fed up with waiting! Ugh, Smugdud. What are you doing here, you little bastard? I don't like you. Get out of my office. Let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Ugh. Just wait. Here, Windar. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha! The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer, but now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. I mean, it's a Nuzlocke world, man. Things die. It's hard. You can have one. Go on, choose. Hey, Gramps, no fair. What about me? Be patient, Smugdud. You can have one too. All right. So as the holder of the coveted 0. Oh, man. I mean, if we're doing this purely from a perspective of, you know, which Pokemon is best, in big air quotes here, Bulbasaur is good against the first 2 gyms, resists the 3rd, is neutral to the 4th and 5th, and is good against the 8th. Bulbasaur is kind of the anti-gym. Now, in fairness, I mean, it's also kind of a... I mean, I'm just never going to love it. I'm sorry. I mean, I like Bulbasaur. I even like Ivysaur. Venusaur is a big lumpy toad thing with a flower growing out of its back. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. I just don't. Not saying I won't take it, because it is pretty useful, but I just don't like it. Charmander... Squirtle, sorry. That was a... Do-over. Charmander is good against exactly 1 gym, but is also one of the very few fire types. Now... That said, as I mentioned, I took this version, not this generation. Come on, Matt. I took this particular version this time around specifically to give me a shot, a chance, a tiny, infinitesimal odds of getting a Growlithe. Because I love Growlithe. Who doesn't love Arcanine? Arcanine is great. Now, the odds of me actually getting an Arcanine are pretty abysmal, so taking Charmander would be a pretty good fail-safe for that, but it also sets us up for some serious pain as far as Rock and Misty go. I'm still kind of tempted, though, because fire is good, but, you know, I mean, it's not called the overrated Fire Lizard for nothing. And then there is Squirtle, which we had last time, which, I mean, I'm kind of leery to repeat what I did, you know, in the Leaf Green play. Not because it was wrong or bad, but just because having the same Pokemon twice in a row is kind of boring. So I guess that means if we're gambling on Growlithe and we don't want to don't want to repeat ourselves, that means I'm taking the Bulbasaur. Okay. I guess. In for a penny, in for a pound. I don't even know what to call you. Just. I mean, if we're being perfectly honest. Oh, it fits too. The unloved. I'm such a bastard sometimes. Oh, wow. Okay, Windar and the unloved. What nature are you? Please do something on. He's jolly. God, that's so terrible. This is this adorable little baby Bulbasaur like, Master, Master, let's go. And I'm just like, I don't love you. Go away. That's so terrible. Okay, well, he's sorry, did I say jolly? Isn't that special attack down? It is too, isn't it? You know what? You really are unloved. You're literally nerfing your own ability to deal damage. Because in this generation, this is pre-Gen 4. Gen 4 is when the whole physical attack, special attack thing happened, which means that right now all grass moves are special, and his nature gimps his special attack. Not that it was super high to start with. Oh, brother. I may have to replace this Bulbasaur. He may have to truly become the unloved and just get stuck in the box forever. Yes, Oak, I know how to do battles. Thank you. I understand that you're not aware that I'm a space-time, you know, transcending entity that plays other Pokemon games and, you know, takes on the form of other people, but I am. So yeah, we took the smart option, but it's kind of biting us in the ass so far. That's how much damage I do? Oh, good gravy. This is not going to work out very well, is it? Yeah, it bears mentioning, by the way, that if under some, you know, horrible, you know, unfortunate circumstance, I die here, it also counts as us wiping. To the point that I feel like I should probably use that potion right about now. Oh, I don't want to though. It's a potion. They're valuable. Potions are like potions are worth their weight in gold at this point in the game because you don't have enough money to buy a lot of them. Oh, cross your fingers, pucker your butts, pucker your butts. Okay, we're good. It's fine. Yep. 69 experience. It would be, wouldn't it? 2 health, 1 attack, 1 defense, 2. Actually, you know what? So far, he's leading off okay. I mean, granted, the nature thing only affects the stat by 10%, I think. So if his stat is already a little bit low, it shouldn't hurt us too bad, I hope. If you win, you earn prize money. Yep, you just mug people. That's just how it works. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle to toughen it up. Windar, Gramps, smell you later. If I smell you first, you smug dud. Okay, well, let's, we can't go see his sister for the town map yet, I believe. Right? Which I've seen that. Yeah, it was pretty great. We both almost died. It was vicious. She's surprisingly bloodthirsty. Alright, well, so at this point in the game, the first catch rule is suspended because I don't have Pokeballs. It's not really, you know, even a Nuzlocke run isn't so unforgiving as to say, you know, your first Pokemon encounter has to be your first catch on the first route when you have no Pokeballs, because that's just blatantly unfair. Pretty sure I've covered all the other major rules: the naming, the catching, the first catch, Zoop's Claws, all that stuff. Rattata, yeah, I'm sure I'll be seeing you again shortly, because you'll be the unloved sequel. One of the other things I'm going to be doing is avoiding grinding as much as possible. I think I've mentioned this before in my last Nuzlocke, but essentially, what I see a lot of other people doing, not that I've watched a ton of Nuzlockes in fairness, but what seems to happen quite a bit is people grind in order to maximize their chances of survival, and that makes perfect sense. But if you're going to make your team as safe as proof against disaster as possible, what's the point of playing a Nuzlocke? I mean, if you're going to flirt with death, do it. You know, don't you know, escape, because okay, like The early game is basically dangerous no matter what you do because, you know, your Pokemon aren't strong enough yet to just take on anything and be, you know, usually okay. So, most of the Nuzlocke runs I've seen are really interesting up to about the first badge or so. And then they level out, get their Pokemon up to, you know, a few levels higher than they need to be, and it's all gravy from there. And I just, it bothers me. I hate seeing that. So, I'm gonna try and keep it as unground, it's not even a, that's not a term, as possible. I want my guys to level up naturally. The only off-screen leveling I intend to do is if I have to, like, pull someone out of the PC to, like, replace a party member and they're egregiously underleveled. But even then, I'm like, it's gonna be kept to a minimum because it takes all the danger out of it. And you know, if you're gonna play a Nuzlocke, you know, you might as well do it right. Good Oaks parcel, we're going to run it on back down to him. I'm going to take the non-grass route, because that is exactly what I was just talking about. I'm not doing any unnecessary battling. That, and honestly, the Unloved is fine at the moment. He doesn't really need any extra experience. He's level 7. He's got Leech Seed. He's good. Alright. Oak! Oak, you old geezer! What's in this package anyway? In fact, actually, do I want to know? Oh, Windar, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems we're growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me? Oak's parcel! Oh, it's the custom Pokeball. I don't need this garbage. I placed that fucking order years ago. It was back-ordered for like 8 months. Yes, he placed it. He placed order years ago, and it was back for 8 months. Time doesn't make sense. Time doesn't need to make sense. I had it on order. Thank you. Gramps! I almost forgot. What'd you call me for? All right. I have a request for you two. On the desk there is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Windar and Smugdud, take these with you. Receive the Pokédex. Yay! You can't get detailed data on Pokemon by just seeing them. You must catch them to obtain complete data. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. 5 Pokeballs! Yay. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work, however, because you need to beat the ever-loving crap out of them, and when they are too weak to resist you, then you can force your will upon them. Sounds real dicey. A healthy Pokemon may escape. You have to be lucky, or just beat it up first. Make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. Yes, that was my dream. But I'm too old. I can't get the job done, even though this thing already has all the data you need. You just need to, like, scan something and it adds it right in. I don't know. Like, how exactly does the Pokédex work? Because it either has the information preloaded onto it, or it literally just makes up Pokédex entries on the spot. Which is really odd, considering that sometimes it has, like, background information about them that you personally haven't seen. So I don't know how that works. So bye. You know what? Let's check in with Windar's mom and see if she's even realized he's left the house. Take a quick rest. Why? So I left the house like 15 minutes ago. Did not have a Pokemon. Came back. Have Pokemon. You have absorbed this knowledge, subsumed it, and just spat it out because you no longer it just doesn't matter. You're not going to ask where I got it from, or where I'm going, if I'm going. Just, okay, fine, sure. Nice to know your mother loves you. Okay, here we go. Catching roll is in effect, and we have you. It would be you. Look, the Unloved, you have company. I'm already thinking of names for this. Trash. No offense to anyone out there who likes Rattata, and in fairness, I actually do have an Alolan Rattata in my personal Sun run, and he's honestly fine. But just, you know, this stage of the game, I could use something a little more reliable than a Rattata, you know. Let Leech Seed take him down a couple notches, and then we'll start throwing Pokeballs at him. Well, then. Yeah. Did you have to start critting me that fast? Really? Really? Keep the crits to yourself, man. It's a Nuzlocke. Those things are dangerous. They'll shoot somebody's eye out. Are you kidding me? What the actual hell? I'm gonna have. You're gonna make me use a potion. Yeah, on Route 1. If this doesn't work. Actually, if this works, I'm dead. So hopefully it does work. Wow. Okay. I had my life flash before my eyes there. I almost died to a level 3 Rattata on Route 1. Yeah, you know what? It's not worth the indignity. Like, I will use this potion simply because it's not worth the shame. If I had actually died to this thing on this route, I don't know what I would have had to do, because it wouldn't have been pretty. I would have had to, like, I don't know, restart the run, obviously, because I would have died, but, like, that's just embarrassing. I would have to, like, restart with no starter or do something dramatic, because, like, that's just shameful. Okay, Rattata. Mouse Pokemon, 1 foot tall, 7.7 pounds. Its fangs are long and very sharp. They grow continuously, so it gnaws on hard things, so it's like a beaver. Because, like, beavers do that. And it's a crit happy little bugger, that's for sure. Can I get away with a pun? Because I want it to gnaw. Crit. Oh, it's not, no, it's not gonna fit. Damn it! I wanted to put gnaw crit off. You know, like, knock it off. I'll just be over here. I mean, like, bringer of shame, impending doom, wake up call. I'm terrible at names, and it always bothers me. Radigan, Radigan, Radis, Rufus, just shame. Oh no, actually. There, he's our reminder that this is a Nuzlocke. Remember what almost happened on Route 1. Mild nature. I don't remember what that actually is. Sorry, remember. God, that's a pretty decent ability. I feel like mild is probably something offensive down in exchange for something defensive, which is not really great on a Rattata considering their low attack speed. Sorry, low attack to start with. Well, speed is highest, then attack, and then its other stats, so its defense is already kind of suffering. So maybe it'll counterbalance that a little bit, but I'm just gonna not take any chances with you people. Because, like, early game, stab normal attacks are scary. And in case you don't know what stab is, for all you, you know, people that are not so familiar with Pokemon out there, stab stands for same type attack bonus. Basically, what it means is if you use a move that has a type that your Pokemon actually has, it does 50% more damage, which is pretty damn nice. We're missing. He's missing. Everyone's missing. Now, I'd like to switch out Remember and get him some experience, but don't know if that's going to work. Three experience. Yeah, let's just focus on getting up to the Pokemon Center, huh? Yeah, let's be at least a little bit safe. Oh wow. Okay. Yes, please. Please, please heal me. I am far more beat up than I ought to be, considering I was fighting a rat. Hope to see you again. Man, these nurses are just, like, they're supposed to be these benevolent figures of healing, but really they're like, oh, you know, we'll see you the next time your Pokemon are beat to shit. You know, be sure to come back soon. Big creepy smile. Alright, well, this is a pretty good spot to leave it for the first episode, guys. Hopefully, you're enjoying our return to the Pokemon universe. Personally, I think we're in for a very, very poor run of luck, because so far, I've got 2 Pokemon that I didn't really want, with natures that aren't going to help their case at all. I was kind of hoping out against hope that the Bulbasaur's nature would at least be good, and it would win me over, but so far, it's looking like the Unloved is the absolutely perfect name for it. Oh well. So, thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you liked what you saw, be sure to leave a comment down below to let me know, or a like, perhaps. And if you really like what you saw, consider subscribing. It's always great to have you guys along for the ride, and it's always great to have you. I think I just said that twice. But it's true, because it is. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and for now, MonsterMatt out.